Hello, chess lovers. This is a master class by Star Chess Academy. So, in chess, there are three parts. The first one is the opening, the second one is the middle game, and the last one is the end game. All these topics we will cover in this video, so please watch the full video. The first one is the opening. So, what is opening in chess? In the very short form, when we develop our pieces, it is known as the opening. Opening is the first phase of the game where players set the foundation for a strong position. We try to develop our pieces to create strong position. What is the goal of the opening? The first one is the control the center. Place your pawns and pieces to dominate the key central squares. There are four central squares e4, d4, e5, and d5. And we try to create more dominance on the central squares. The second one is the develop your pieces. In the opening, after the pawns, please try to bring your knights and the bishops into the active positions or towards the central squares. And the third one is the aim to castle early to protect your king and connect your rooks. The second phase is the middle game. So, what is the middle game in chess? The middle game is the middle phase of a chess game where most of the action happens. Key points: make a plan, use your chess pieces to attack or defend, spot the tactics. We can also use the tactics like fox, pins, and other clever moves. Activate your pieces. Get all your pieces involved, including the rooks and the queen into the game. And the most important thing is the prepare for the end game. Trade your pieces wisely and improve your chess position. The middle game is all about smart thinking, strategy, and setting up for the victory. What is endgame in chess? The end game is the final phase of a chess game when most of the pieces are gone, exchanged, and the focus shifts to the pawns, kings, and few remaining pieces. If the very few pieces are there on the chessboard, if there are less pieces on the chessboard, that part is known as the end game in the chess. So, what we do in the end game? Well, if king becomes active, the king is no longer hiding, it helps in the fight. Promote the pawns, push your pawns to the end of the board to create a new piece like queen, rook, bishop, or knight. Use every piece. In the end game, it is very important to use each and every piece. Every move counts. So make the most of your few pieces. And the goal is checkmating the king. So work towards delivering the final blow and winning the game. Try to checkmate your opponent or try to gain free pawns or free pieces or try to exchange the pawns or the pieces for your good position. The three main parts of a chess games are opening, middle game and end game that we understood very well. In the opening, we try to control these four central squares e4, e5, d4 and d5. So generally we put our pawns there and then we try to develop our knights and then we try to develop our bishops towards the central squares. As you can see, all the pieces are towards the center, and in the very early stage of the opening, we try to develop all our minor pieces. As you can see, all the pieces are developed and then we castle. It is known as the opening. In the opening, we develop our pieces towards the center and we do the castle. The second part of the chess is middle game. When all the pieces are developed, and the king is castled. Then the middle game starts. In the middle game, we try to use the tactics, we try to create some plans, and here we played the bishop, which is a strategical move. We are pinning the knight, and we try to put our pieces towards the center to put more pressure. So this is a strategical point. In the middle game, we try to use the tactics, we try to make some plans, and we try to exchange some pieces for the advantage. If very few pieces are there on the chessboard, then we call it endgame. In this position here you can see two rooks and the queen, and black has two rooks and the queen. Very few pieces are there. All the minor pieces are exchanged. The major endgame is there. So in the end game, we try to win the game. We try to win more pawns. We try to centralize our king, or we try to checkmate our opponent. For example, suppose after this move a4, black can play the move rook f8 to attack on the f2 pawn. So this is a plan in the end game to put more pressure on the opponent, and also black is trying to win the game by checkmating the opponent. Well, it is not possible right now to checkmate, but the plan is according to it to win the game.